last Thursday night expecting big decisions to get made. I just simply could not get out of bed. So I appreciate that everybody made an exception for tonight, came out to talk about some of the things we have on our agenda. And I will do my best to make myself clear, but keep my distance from him because you don't want this. All right. On the financial side, budget to actual, we're in pretty decent shape. This is through November 17th, so the last regularly scheduled select board meeting. We have 12% of the year left, and we've got 14% of our budget left. So we're, right pretty close in line, but we're going to end up maybe with just a hair of a surplus. We'll see. So that's good news. Now, about the tax rate. Artie, you asked me for a breakdown about this.
Unless the bills are coming out, it'll be on there too.
Yeah, but let's talk about this because I know that people have some concerns and are interested. Last year's tax rate was $18.66 per thousand, and the way that broke down is that the municipal portion of that was $8.57. The county portion of it was $1.57. The local education portion was $6.19. The state education portion was $2.33. All of that adds up to $18.66. This year's tax rate, the municipal portion is $8.62, so 5 cents more. The county portion is $1.60, which is an increase of 3 cents. The local education portion is $9.57, which is an increase of $3.38. The state education portion is $2.17, which is actually a reduction of 16 cents. So the increase in the tax rate is virtually all because of an increase in the local, the bond issue for the Muskota School District. Everything else is pretty much equal. And the bond issue is the only, we really don't have any control over that. The bond issue is, we vote on it. And if it passes, that's that. So that's where we are. We have a preliminary tax rate of $21.96. I have to file a couple of pieces of paperwork tomorrow with the state, and then we're good.
So then the tax bills will go out.
Then the tax bills will go out.
So it's not really that much more than last year.
It's about $3 more than last year. It's $3.30 more than last year, and it's virtually all because of the school bond.
Per thousand.
Per thousand, yeah, per thousand. So you have to multiply that. Per thousand of assessed value. So anyway, I was, I guess, not to use a cliche, but it is what it is. That's where we are. I think we can be proud of the fact that we're holding the line on the municipal side. So we haven't had any increase there at all.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, okay.
The school that went up $3. What is the school attributing the increase to? And has the number of our children going to school increased?
John, I remember a couple of months ago, you had a report about the number of kids from Dorchester and the surrounding towns.
What it is, the enrollment this year, the ADN is predicated on last year.
Right.
This current year is 38.
Okay.
Last year, I think we were like 36 or something.
Okay, so we've had an increase in a couple of kids.
But you're talking about $16,000 a head.
Yeah, right.
You don't hate to sound awful, but that's what it sounds like.
Right. And then there's the bond.
Could we ask, since we have the chairman of the school board in town, could we ask her to break that down, what it means for Dorchester?
Okay, all right.
Because
I think that's a good idea.
was that there were 8 extra, they named it 8 extra points.
From Dorchester.
Don't take that. to the bank.
Okay.
That's why I'd like to ask them, when it's $3. When we did the bond, when we all voted, I know the last year was an increase, but I don't think we anticipated a $3 increase.
No.
So is there more, if we could ask them to break that down?
Okay, sure.
And the 862, this is before we get to town meeting.
Right.
So this means it's incumbent upon you three to come in with a zero increase in the budget.
Well, we're gonna fire you and not you. No, you're right. I'm sorry for being flip about it, but you're absolutely right. The line is flat for us,
Yeah.
so we've got to hit the mark.
Because that kind of increase to some of the people in town is a big hit. They don't have the money.
That's right. So we're sensitive to that. Yeah.
You know,
John?
that everyone's minded is this. I was speaking with former selectman in Orange just the other day, and they had like 25% increase.
Really?
Huge.
Well, this is about 17.5%, so it's.
We're at 18, right?
Yeah, so when you're, $3 doesn't sound like that much, but when you don't have it, it's a lot.
Right.
And when you do it in percentage terms, it's quite a jump. So,
We do have some people that are living
yeah,
in Chapel.
yeah, and that's, and that's the reality of Dorchester, so we have to be highly sensitive to that. Now, the difficult part is that overall, even with this increase, our tax rate is low by New Hampshire standards. But still, if you can't make it, it doesn't matter how low it is.
There's some things you have no control over.
That's right.
The only thing I threw in the paper.
Oh, Artie?
The other question to that is, with the $3 increase, will you continue to break down that $3?
Yeah.
So this last year, does that mean next year that the increase for the payoff the bond, that the next year the school budget will now go down? The tax will go down because the final payment is made in this budget?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that, but let's ask Darcy.
Since we have her available, she can answer these things.
Yeah, okay. I think.
Can they come into your planning?
All right. John? I'm sorry.
Just a comment, our school budget went up this year with everybody, but town of Orange got theirs. Town of Canaan has gotten smacked around for about 6 straight years. And now, from some official level, they're bothered with the fact that they're now covering about 40% of the school budget, just the town of Canaan.
Right.
They're getting itchy.
Yeah.
When they get itchy, it makes me worried. I did this several years ago on the school apportionment formula. If that comes up again,
Right.
it really shift things pretty badly to us if they hammer the small towns.
Well, what
So
portion
just
of
we need to be
their
aware of it.
residents go to the school too? So I'm sure that they have quite a few more. How many kids do we have in Dorchester? 38?
I think we gotta get that from Cookie.
Margaret?
Well, that was the question I had, isn't the amount that each town pays based off of the schools that are enrolled, the school, the
The
kids
kid.
that are enrolled in school currently?
Yeah.
It's not a matter of how many people in town, what your tax rate is, or anything like this, how many children are in your
That's right.
district, in your town.
Right.
So the more kids we have, the more we pay, but the more taxes everyone pays in. If they're unless, you have a family buys one house, they have 8 kids, well,
Right.
they pay $1,500 a year in taxes, but we pay that much more per kid, so.
Darlene?
Well, that's when they're actually enrolled in the school. And my question is, because I was looking over what the school sent for the students enrolled, and there are at least 2 that are in pre-K.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents paid for those students to go to pre-K. So I asked Anna to call and find out if they were including them in our total, because that's what the total was on that sheet.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that just seems, if the parents are paying for it,
Right.
the town shouldn't be paying for it. It's like any parent here who decides I'm gonna send my child to the Holden School or to the Calvary Church School or whatever,
Right.
they pay for it.
Right.
Where the town isn't.
Right. They pay for it even if they send their kid to another public school district.
Right.
Like Plymouth or something.
Right.
One thing I don't know, and maybe one of you knows, what about kids who are homeschooled? How does that figure into?
They're not in the
They're just
school
not
system.
counted. They're
16 grand, I think.
okay. All right.
Coming back to the formula again, just to get the issue of, and the rationale that Kane uses, they supply the police force, they supply the fire, and they say, we're Dorchester, just paying for our kids, we need to be awarded that. And this is the argument this is fermenting, no, I can tell you, confidently no, that you can hear talking about that. And, oh geez, but if we have to go a combination of ADN and equalized valuation, ouch.
Yeah.
Especially if real estate property values go up compared to the sales, compared to the assessment, then we could get beaten up real bad. So it's just something we need to keep back in our minds. So that's only the school board could say we're going to go reapportion this stuff. So if they keep things level footed, we'll be okay. But we don't want to get into ADM. Not ADM. We don't want to get into equalized valuation.
I want to bring up one other matter that I think the board needs to discuss, and with input from all of you, and that is that our Avatar representative, Mark Stetson, suggested that we could temporarily lower our tax rate by taking some money out of, I can't remember which one now, out of fund balance and applying it to the tax rate. It would be a temporary one-year fix. Next year, the rate's going to jump up no matter what, because we won't have that ability to do that again. So that's one thing we could do, but again, I want to emphasize it's artificially lowering the tax rate, and it's a one-year fix. My suggestion is we not do that for two reasons. One, I think it only puts off the inevitable, so it only buys you 12 months worth of time. But two, I'm really hesitant to start messing around with our fund balance because I don't know what kind of weather events we're looking at ahead, what kind of emergency situations we might have. Things seem to be changing in a big way with regard to major events, and I don't know what we should be prepared for, so I want to have a cash pad just in case. So that's my personal feelings. I agree. Okay.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate hearing from all of you about this. It's pretty tempting to lower a tax rate, believe me. So it's, but I thought long and hard about this, and I think this is the prudent thing to do. Anything else? Oh, Artie?
We've never done that.
We've never?
And the reason being is those that said let's do that, we either outvoted or we didn't do it because it looks inviting to take 100,000 and say, okay, we're going to drop our tax rate by $2.
Right.
Not true. It's dropped of the total assessment, not just the town of Dorchester.
Right.
So now that 100,000 becomes peanuts to the taxpayer.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it. You just lost all that ability to draw money where we have.
So our base, our tax base, it's just applied to the tax base, right?
It applies to the 2196.
Right.
What that's assessed on.
Right, and that's assessed on, the total tax base is $38,787,028. So You reduce that by 100,000
They're talking peanuts.
and apply it to everybody across town.
You just lost a
100
lot
grand.
of work to build up that fund balance.
That's right. Okay. All right. Moving on, we've got some things to talk about with highways. First, before we get into the main event, do we have any updates on road conditions and stuff? I want to say that the last couple mornings, bright and early, 6 a.m., I've seen Paul go by, sanding the roads with our, skips of snow and keeping the roads smooth. So that was nice to see him out there. Anything else?
Truck number 4, the new Youngstown truck is experiencing problems with lack of power, and I believe it needs to go to a dealer to have it remedied.
We just had it inspected and looked at.
Had the state inspection done, make sure it passed state inspection, but not with the engine itself.
Okay, and yes.
With them just getting it running, whereas when they're experiencing these problems.
And that's the truck with the plow.
Well, truck number 1 is a truck basically the same size, which has the plow on it, which I believe all is using plow.
Well, you better get it taken care of.
Okay, and the thing is with the dealer is it may still be under warranty, it may still be covered under warranty, so we'd have to go to the dealer for that to look at.
Which
The closest dealer, I believe, is in Newport, New Hampshire, Reed's, or it's Liberty International in Manchester.
Okay. Newport isn't close, and Newport is Manchester.
Newport's close to Manchester.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Read's good.
Reed's good? Well,
Someone check it.
yeah.
That should have a 5 or 7 year warranty with it.
Yeah, exactly. Is that the new truck?
Yes.
Oh,
That's bumper to bumper, 7 years.
Okay.
Okay.
is it bumper to bumper, or is it powertrain only?
Bumper to bumper,
Manufacturer.
bumper to bumper,
Is it bumper to bumper?
7
And they
years.
cover electrical?
Bumper to bumper, covers everything. We went for the full McGill.
Alright.
Great.
And you have to check, you might check the warranty or where you have to have it serviced.
Okay. That's why I had a question mark, if you have to go.
Somebody else authorized does it.
Right, it's over the right place, right? Yeah. That's number 1. Number 2, truck number 2 needs rear tires. Mr. Smith got prices, and the best price he got was $200 each for the times 4 for the 4 rear tires. And they were recaps, I believe, right?
Yeah.
The place that you get the price from for, I believe it was Northeast, I'm positive, the place that you get the price for the 4 tires was the only ones that would replace just the 4 rear ones instead of all 6, because of being 4-wheel drive.
Okay. Well, in our budget to actual for the highway department specifically, highway still has 25% of its budget left, and we've got 12% of the year left, so I think we could probably afford a new set of tires.
Will they come on site to do it, or we got to pay?
That I'm not sure.
Let's find out. It'd be great if we didn't have to take it somewhere. If they could just come and change it in the yard.
I'll check.
Okay. All right.
And still, they're still working on the grader, trying to get it torn down to find out what's wrong with it.
Okay.
They control getting the part.
Well, that's been a long time.
Well,
Okay.
fine, when we get it right like that.
Okay.
It would expand.
And then we had an issue with the sander.
Yes, they put the sander into truck number 4 today, and after they got it into it, they discovered that the screening on the top is buckled down in, bent down in, and the main piece that goes through it is a piece of pipe that's about that big around, and it's just like a U. So that he's hoping that it will be usable, but he's not sure yet, because he hasn't put sand into it yet.
Is that something that we can fix kind of on our own? Get it in there?
I don't know if we could fix it, but somebody might be able to fix it.
Okay, I could,
It will take welding.
oh, yeah, okay.
If, the thing is if it can still be open and functional, part of it would have to be welded, because some of the screening is all broken up. And the purpose of it is to keep the big chunks of sand that are frozen from going down in, because once they get in there, they jam up the chain, the sand.
Okay, let me, what I'll do is, let me put a message out on the Public Works listserv and see if anybody in any other town has a recommendation about who can do repairs like that on equipment like Sanders. And if there's anybody up in our region. So I find that listserv actually be pretty useful for questions like that. So it's, connects people's public works departments all over the state.
The first thing I think we need to do is try some sand in it, see if sand can go into it, it can operate,
Okay,
it can function.
all right,
So we know whether it's worth fixing in the first place or not.
okay.
Sand hasn't even been put in it yet. We're just wondering what to do with it.
Okay, let's have Paul give that a try.
Okay.
The other Sanders work though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, anything else?
And the sander itself in the truck actually works. It's the screening that's messed up on it.
Okay. All right. Anything else there?
No, I think so.
Okay, great.
I think that's it. Hey, Mike, they started on the shed repairs yet? What,
Doing the cross ties and stuff, or is that?
that we still have to sign the contracts?
Oh. Oh, we did.
You signed it, you know.
Okay, all right, I'll check, I'll follow up with you.
I did have a call from him.
And still waiting for the culverts cable to come back to.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, the road agent hiring committee's been hard at work, and I guess you've reached a conclusion.
Yes, they did.
All right.
Brian is.
Yeah, Brian, you want to come up and talk to us a little bit about it?
You want me to?
Yeah. Brian, a fine member of the road agent hiring committee. Brian, tell us and everybody else a bit about the process you use.
Well, the committee came together. We got information of a sample job description. We went over. I worked for New Hampshire DOT down in the Rumney shed. I took some information from that, and we all hashed it over, come up with a job description. Then we came up with an ad, put in the paper. And as applications came in, we kept going meetings every 2 to 3 weeks, and going over applications, and we send them out. Call people, reference checks, the whole thing, and we pretty much finalized it down to a few people.
So the candidates that you got, they all saw the job description and knew exactly what was involved.
Yeah.
Folks have any questions for Brian about?
Did they do background checks on these people?
Yeah, they had to do the background
Okay.
check. Yeah.
And they interviewed him.
And interview her.
And then they check references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when's the big day you hire them?
Ask your selectman. We don't hire.
You know, Paul's doing a fantastic job by himself. I mean, he was up at our house at 7 o'clock this morning, which was great.
Yeah, he's been working
The other
hard.
one was at 11 o'clock in the morning. So he's doing a good job. He really is. And I hope whoever they hire keeps him on, because he's
Okay.
good. He's a good worker.
I've enjoyed working with Paul. Brian, thanks. No problem. Thank you very much.
Yep.
So Larry, are we at the point of decision?
The road agent hiring committee made a decision of 2 people. Now it's up to us.
Mm-hmm.
And what they recommended, one first and then the other second.
Okay. And we've had background checks on both. Okay. All right, and who's our first recommendation?
The name?
Yeah.
Okay, Robert Baines was the
Okay.
first recommendation.
And he's the present road agent in Campton, do I have that right? Okay. experience or background or anything like that? Questions? Okay. Betty?
So, are both of these candidates from out of town?
Yes.
Okay? And in considering hours and stuff, has the committee looked at the commuting time for them?
Yes,
That's-
they have, yep.
Okay.
That was part of the criteria for taking the applications, was for people who were within a certain range.
Good. So where does this guy live?
We can't,
Okay. And do we know why he's looking to leave Campton and come here?
I'll refer that to Brian.
He's looking at, he told us that Campton's a big town, and he's in an elected position I think he said 3 years, so the stress over his head, Dorchester's a lot smaller. That's pretty much how he said it.
So he has 11 years experience, or he's been in Campton?
He's been in Campton 11. He was in Plymouth prior to that. That's just what he
So, and he also he manages a staff at Campton, right? He has I think it's 3 people working for him.
Yeah, plus they hire private contractors in
Okay.
the winter as well.
Okay.
They have a lot more road than we do. I think he said 70-something lane miles.
So this would be a downsizing for him, but it's something he wants.
Less stress, I believe he said.
Oh, he doesn't know what he's getting into. Yeah, all right.
Brian, did you say he, liked the idea of being appointed versus elected?
Yeah.
Is the salary the same as what salary did we offer?
Well, we haven't made, we have to vote on it first, so we haven't made a formal offer.
So he wants the job and he doesn't know the pay? Serious? No, I mean, serious, what are we offering? The guy wanted the job, how much we pay him?
Well, we haven't come up with the
If
exact.
he doesn't
figure.
care, I
You
mean,
never asked the question, and we never
Yeah.
brought it forward.
Was it ever in the ad, like a range? No?
No, it wasn't.
so you don't know if he'll take it then.
No, we don't. No.
That's why I have to 2 recommendations. Okay, Betty?
I'd just like to make one other comment. I have several friends that live in Campton, and they are always complimentary
About the roads?
of their roads, and the people who work there. They feel that, I have one friend who's way out by herself, her husband died, and, she calls them, and she says they're very responsive to the realities of people who are on the back roads.
Okay. Great, we'll pay him whatever. No, that's it. No.
I'm sure if they were looking into the job, they looked at what the town was paying the road agent. Anybody that was looking at a job would check at least what the previous was getting.
I really appreciate all the hard work that the road agent hiring committee has done. I know you guys have had all kinds of meetings and long and hard discussions, and you've really helped out the town a very great deal, so.
They were a big help, and I thank them for their commitment.
Yeah.
And all the work.
Brian, thanks again for everything you did, and I know you've got real expertise in this area, and that matters a great deal. So, I think, I move that we accept the road agent hiring committee's recommendation of Mr. Baines and offer him the position and see if we can't arrive at a mutually beneficial salary agreement, and we go forward from there. And let's see if he can do it. Oh, Bill?
Is he currently road agent?
Yes,
How much notice does he have to give?
that's a good question.
Probably a couple weeks.
Like 2 weeks.
Okay. We'll need to find that out. Okay, so seconded, we have a motion on the table. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay,
The quicker you tell them, the quicker you can get.
that's right, all right, then we'll be in touch. If he declines it, okay, that's a good question. If he declines it, can you tell us a bit about the second candidate?
He's, I believe, from Romney. I can't remember his last name, Evan.
And Hackett.
Packer?
Hacker, yeah, Evan Hacker.
Okay. And,
Brian, do you remember all the specifics, Brian? I don't have my paper with me, I apologize.
He actually worked for me in the past. I've been on the Romney Fire Department for many years. He's done a lot of road work, a lot of plowing. He'd be a good candidate if the first one doesn't work out.
okay. Well, the road agent hiring committee's done the research on this.
Right.
And they've had the discussions and things, and I'm happy to accept their recommendation. So I move that in the event that Mr. Baines does not accept the job that we offer, that Mr. Packer. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, let's get this ball rolling tomorrow and see if we can have a road agent ASAP. All right. Fantastic. I want to thank everybody. Hang on, Margaret. I want to thank everybody in town's patience with this process. We have said all along that we wanted a road agent in place before the snow comes, and I think we're going to make it just under the wire. But just as important, we wanted to make sure we hired the right road agent. And I have great faith in the hiring committee that we've made that their recommendations are exactly that. So I'm looking forward to meeting a new road agent and getting underway. Margaret, yes.
Quick question, is
Sure.
there gonna be a contract for the new road agent? Or
Yes.
is it a winter contract, is the hiring committee gonna work on it, or somebody put together, I know Primex should be able to work on it.
Yeah, we will put together a contract and very definitely.
Okay. And times with the roads, things like that. I don't know if anyone else here has kids on the bus, but it's one of those, you know,
Oh, yeah, no,
areas of experiences in the morning.
right, no, absolutely.
All right.
Any other public input regarding roads? Okay, terrific. Under old business, I wanted to pick a date for when we could move the radio and the emergency operations stuff up here into the kitchen. Is maybe on a Saturday or something. Okay, would that work out for you guys?
As long as the people that move it, works on Saturdays.
Right.
Okay.
Depending on what their hours are, right?
I'll let you try to call tomorrow.
Okay.
Find out.
All right, okay, let's check out that. It doesn't have to be on the weekend, and I wouldn't want to pay overtime if it's, I mean, if they only work on Saturdays, double time or something like that, so.
Okay, once I find out that, I'll go ahead and get Donna to send Cookie an email,
Okay, all right,
so
let's
pick
pick
that
that
time
time.
and date.
All right, okay, great. Last but not least, I'm sorry. Any other new business?
Just let you know.
We're coming to that in a second. The refrigerator, I wanted to ask you about
Yes.
that. So there's a refrigerator on Streeter Woods Road.
That has the doors still on.
Right. Is that the one that's by the D Acres parking lot?
No.
No.
Back before that, back.
Is that
before
first
the
one or
shed.
the one?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
refrigerators, dryers, washers.
Well, it's
there.
sort of the refrigerator because the child could get locked.
And there's
I
actually
understand that.
state law regarding
Right.
refrigerators.
Right.
I think what we should do is, I'll talk to the homeowner there or the residents and say, we've got an issue and if you have to have this piece of equipment out in your yard, you gotta take the doors off. If the doors are off, it's,
Yeah.
okay.
Sitting right on the town right away anyway.
Oh, yeah? Okay, all right,
Which might be a problem for plowing.
There's a lot of
Okay.
stuff there. Yeah.
All right. All right. I'll,
Well, if he don't move it and the town moves it, we can charge him, right?
right, yes, we can. Okay, I'll follow up on that then. Okay, on to the tree lighting. We need a tree to light. Artie, tell, the tree from last year came from your property, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you
So
want
you're looking for a tree?
Yeah, we're looking for a tree, yeah. Do you want to volunteer another tree? Because if not, that's fine. I've got trees, so,
I had a lot of trees. The actual, the easiest ones to get to, is I sold that one piece when we used to take the trees.
Oh, okay.
But Jim gave us permission last year, because he has easy access off the road is why we did it there. Go with a tractor and a trailer, probably went on the trail, I think.
Okay.
And if you want me to get a hold of Jim and ask for permission, I will.
Yeah, I don't want to volunteer your efforts for you, but you could be willing to do that.
I'll get a hold.
Okay.
He's a great guy, great neighbor.
And I'm sure he'll say, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and do that and just let me know then
Yeah,
what he says.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember what the date was of last year's tree lighting?
I thought it was the first weekend of December, but I may be wrong.
That sounds kind of familiar to me
What
too.
was the Christmas party? Yeah, don't even remember.
It was the second or the third, I don't remember, week in December.
Yeah.
So first Saturday's the third, yeah.
It's usually a week before the Christmas holiday weekend. I don't know when Christmas falls, what day of the week.
I think it's,
I think it's a Saturday.
okay, I think it's a
I
Saturday.
think it was coordinated with Darlene,
Okay,
so it doesn't conflict.
all right. Darlene, what day is your Christmas
The
event?
10th.
The 10th? Okay. So if we had the Christmas tree lighting on the 3rd, okay, so that would be a week from Saturday? Okay. All right, keep in touch with me about
Yeah.
what he says, and then we'll go through, and then I suppose we'll need an afternoon or something to set up the tree.
Yeah.
Okay,
Could you ask Paul to dig the hole now before it freezes up?
okay, good question.
Pick a
Where are we
spot,
gonna put it?
Right up here.
Oh, okay.
because that's where the electric outlet is. By the stone.
Right. I'll take care of it, you'll talk to Paul.
Yep.
Okay,
Just need somebody to see you for the meeting.
okay, all right, we can do that. Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about.
All right. That's all I've got. Any?
I was gonna ask, are you gonna, last year, or for a few years anyway, we've been able to have Manascoma singers come from the high school.
Okay. Did we have that last year? too? Oh, we did? Okay. So I remember a couple of years ago we
I
did.
don't know. I don't know if you did. I wasn't here.
Okay. Since I have to talk to Cookie anyway about the tax stuff, I'll ask her about who we should talk to about getting the high school choir. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll have, and Betty, for the purpose of Dorchester notes, then we'll have a tentative date of the 3rd as the Christmas tree lighting.
Time?
Dark.
Historically, people have donated cookies and
Right.
our chocolate and stuff, so if you wanted that in there, I could do it.
Yeah, that would be,
People ask people to bring,
that would be nice. We could put a little thing on Facebook and stuff.
right, I think that would be good.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. So 7 p.m. too late? 6 p.m. better?
As far as kids are
You
concerned.
want to
Okay.
bring the kids.
All right, 6 p.m. Okay. Done. I don't think that even. Fantastic. Okay, anything else? Bill?
I spoke to Mike and Larry, at the election, I think it was. It was something in the Plymouth paper, the Riker Enterprise, about, I think it was Campton, now accepts credit cards for payment of tax bills and other things. So I don't know if that's something the town wants to look into.
Already are.
We already do?
No, we
No.
already are looking into it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's just figuring out how not to pass the cost on to the resident.
Yeah, because if you do that by credit card, doesn't the town have to pay
A percentage.
so much for each time?
But the consumer can
You
too.
can add it on.
I do that all the time online.
So,
You pay for it yourself.
is that,
Yes, there is a fee, yes.
yes,
And that it's a percentage on the tax Like if they go to the kiosk, if you have that set up, it's a percentage. But they're doing it in Wentworth now. They just started 2 months ago, and it's amazing the people that pay online.
No kidding.
Oh, I wouldn't want to pay an extra $40 on my taxes, and that's just me.
Speaking of online, our webmaster, John Largent, is not going to be our webmaster anymore as of the end of the year. He's going to do something else, and it's a mutual split here. So I've asked him if he can recommend anybody, but we are looking for a new webmaster starting at the first of the year for the town website. The town website is sort of a project in of itself. There's lots of updates that happen on a weekly and monthly basis, but then there's also whole sections that need to be revised and stuff. Margaret?
Quick question.
Sure.
With the dabbling I've done online, just on old piddly stuff, nothing to do with the town or anything like that, which I had 6 months of trying to figure it out and understanding.
Right.
There are a lot of sites out there that offer a free hosting of the basics.
Mm-hmm.
The Gmail was accepted a while back, and during my time, I never enacted it or got it going.
Right.
I don't know if that will help for everyone, but even just doing a web page,
Right.
like it is now, but where there's other links but not as entailed, you can condense a lot of stuff into archives, break them down,
Right.
even to a zip folder. Don't know what they call it now online, but to keep things very simple.
Yeah.
So even Anna could do it, or, it's just literally you upload to the DRA right now.
Right.
So, and it's something if she's willing to look into it, if she's got the time.
Actually, Betty and I have conversed a little bit about doing a new content management system for the website, which that falls into something that's a little simpler that more people could use. I mean, right now, John, he's it. He controls all the levers and buttons, and so we have to go to him to have anything posted or announced or anything. And that's not a very efficient system. It would be really nice if we could at least have the office staff be able to update things and keep the calendar up to date. And also, if we had a good content management system, creating something like a page where people could pay their taxes online at the Dorchester website wouldn't be that difficult.
If you say PayPal too, that'd be great. For me.
Okay.
We have someone interested, I will talk to them.
Oh, okay. All right. Terrific. Anyway, that's just that's going to be coming up then in a few weeks.
I have one thing to say.
Okay, sure.
Our alarm system, a security system, was installed at the town office today. It is in working order.
Fantastic.
Great.
That's great.
I still need to get code from you,
What?
a code,
A punch code.
a punch code, or
Was I get in the door?
Yeah.
the gallery costume thing.
Unless you want to be escorted into the door.
Should know how much I go there.
Yeah.
And does Karen,
Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right. Unless anybody has anything else, that concludes our meeting for tonight. We're adjourned. Thanks again. Thank you again for all your patience that you've shown over the last weeks, months, and